Merry Christmas for this year 2025. So when we are coming to the closure of this year, we plan this event to give you the immense information and chances for you to rethink about what happened in your life in this 1 year and to identify and pick and choose whatever important for you and to nourish and enable you to make it a successful life in the coming 2026. So there is no easy going in any of our life. There will be a lot of hardships happening, a lot of ups and downs happening. But our objective is to guide you how to start something new and to keep up the momentum and to take it to the next level in your life. So we have a lot of experiences for the last 2025. How did we experience each stages in our life? How did we react to what happening in our life? So these moments, the initial moments of this meeting, should be actually revisiting what happened in your life in the whole year, and then come up with an idea how to make it into a different perspective in the coming year. So let me introduce myself. I am Dr. Saji Mathai. I am your host. I have this charitable organization called Reliefcorner. So this established, it's been more than a year, just 1 year, baby, you can say it that way. And this is one of my vision that to share my experiences, thoughts, and knowledge with a lot of people so that they can benefit out of it and to, gain in their life. It was a struggle in my life to come to this stage. But when I'm sharing whatever I learned with you, you don't need to go through the entire struggle which I had in my life. Instead, you can jumpstart from this day onwards with all my knowledge and experience I am sharing with you. So listen to my words as the words of your brother, your elder brother, or your father, or your coworker, whatever sense you want to take it be. So I am going to share a lot many things which I learned throughout my life. So I have Nisha, the coach. Nisha John also is with me. So she is from a different country, but I want to welcome her to this event. When I was discussing about her, about these thoughts, then she onboarded immediately. And I've already published her, details in our website, so you can, go through it later. But I want to give some heads up about her. So she born in Kerala, but brought up in many different places. And she learned 4 different languages. She can speak, write, and talk. So it's a very, different perspective. She got tons of, certificates, education, qualifications, degrees. You can see them. And she wrote 20 books. Can you believe it? So in this short span of time, she published 20 books. So she is going to give you more heads up, okay, more experiences, more strategies, more ways you can implement your life in a better way in 2026. So we both are going to guide you for the next 3 hours. I believe you will not feel you are losing your this 3 hours time. Instead, you will invest within you and you are going to benefit out of it. Okay, so our prayers with you, and please be with us for the next 3 hours. Whatever may be your, other priorities, you can keep it aside for some time so that you will completely immerse into this situation, into this event, and you will get the maximum benefit out of it. I hope you will enjoy and benefit out of it. Let me pause here and invite Nisha to introduce herself and to just give a brief introduction. Then we will start from there. Thank you. Welcome, Nisha.
Thank you, Doctor. Welcome, everyone. It's an absolutely fabulous morning, as well as, we come into a close of 2025. We have lots of things we can be in gratitude. But the more biggest one is like we have a beautiful life. We have an amazing life that has been blessed by God. And whatever we create, we have a choice to create it well. And this 3 hours, what you're going to spend here, take in as much as you want, like whatever you want to apply it, wherever you want to apply it. But it's you who's going to do it. Nobody else is going to do anything for you, and nobody else is going to be in the space where you are growing. So that's our humble request, that, come in a space of openness, come in a space of curiosity, learn something, share with someone, see how you can apply it, where can you grow, and how is that growth being good for you and for the community wherever you are in. And I just want to start with, a doctor had said about my credentials, my path and learning journey, as well as where I'm standing right now. It's because of so many things that's happened in the past in a beautiful way, where in the ups and downs I was able to see what balance can I bring to life. But again, it didn't happen just because I was there and I took into the place of growing. It helped me with so many people's experiences, knowledge, and everything, which pushed me to a place where I need to do something and I need to be somewhere. And I was doing in the place where, what, I'm growing and I'm helping somebody else to grow as well. And with that, like, you can see all of my credentials, you can see my path journey, either it is in my website or you can go to Relief Corner. You can check out all of those things to see who I am and what I have done. But for the purpose of this meeting and this session itself, I just want to start with a small story, and I want you to really go deep into it to see like who you are and which space are you coming in from. We come from India, and India is a place where lots of stories, like lots of fables, happen every time, right? And one such fable I want to share with you is, there was a there was a court that was happening. The king had ordered a court, and all of them were coming in because that was the day when people were giving gifts to the king. And as he brought in everybody, there was a sculptor who came in, and he brought in with him three life-size statues. And these three statues, he kept it before the king, and he said, "King, I really love to give you a gift. And one of the statues, absolutely priceless, so valuable, I want you to have it." And so the king looked at those three statues and he said, like, all the three looks the same. What's the difference in that? So the sculptor says, no, there is a difference. And one such statue is there right in front of you. And I really want you to have that. And I want you to find out which one is that. Now, King looks at these three statues and he doesn't get anything out of it. It looks the same. There is nothing to be different about. Nothing says that it's different, but they're beautiful. They're absolutely gorgeous. Now, with that, he calls his ministers, because there's always ministers in the king's court, and he calls out all his 13 ministers and he says, like, I don't see any difference. Why don't you find out what is this and which is the valuable one from here? And so the 13 ministers come in, they look into the statues, and they see like there is nothing. The sculptor is just, kind of, making fun of you, and, he's just wasting away the time here, king. So they given those responses. The king is also not so satisfied. And, in every ministry, in every places you go, there will be that one minister who always stands out, right? And so that is the 14th minister here. And he was not present. He was out. So the king calls up and says, like, okay, where is Rama, my other minister, like, who needs to be here? So they say, like, Rama's not here. He's out in the kingdom looking around what's happening in the kingdom. So they say, please summon him immediately. We need to have him come here and he needs to help us with this. So they call in, they go find out, they bring in Rama, and Rama comes in and he sees a whole crowd. He's like, he's this funny, witty, and he always has answers for everything. I don't know how he brings it, but he has an answer for everything. So he comes into the court. The king says, you know what? The sculptor wants to give me a gift, but these three life size statues are standing here. And he says, one of them are very, very priceless. And can you find out that? So he looks at it, absolutely no clue. And he's like, oh my gosh, I'm just stuck here. I don't know what to do. So he says to the king, King, give me a night. Let me take these three statues home and I will find an answer for you and come back tomorrow morning. So he takes the three statues, goes home, sits with it for quite some time. Nothing happens. The next day morning, 6 o'clock, and he has to be present by 7 o'clock in the court. He just keeps looking at it and it's like nothing is coming by. And I know if you have grown up in India, or in the places there, you usually play with marbles, right? Those small things, the round marbles where you play and you hold it with hands. So he was fidgeting with that so much, and then he was like, By chance, he goes with one marble, he takes the marble, puts it to the first statue's ear, and this comes out of the other ear. He takes a second marble and he goes to the second statue, he puts it in this ear, it comes out of the mouth. Goes to a third one, he puts it in the ear, and it doesn't come out. And then he is like, I got the answer. I need to go right away to the court. So what happens is like he takes the three statues, he goes to the court, and he says to the king, King, I found the answer. And it's absolutely unbelievable. But you need to take the third statue, which is priced the heaviest here, and it's priceless for you, King. You need to take that. So the king looks at him and says, like, okay, fine, great. You found the answer. I'm so happy. Now, how did you find the answer and why are you asking me to take the third one? So the sculptor who is seeing it, he's really having a good time. And he's like, okay, yes, that's the right one. But what is the answer he's going to come up with? So then he comes with it. So Rama picks up his marble and he puts it into the first statue. It goes into the first ear and then it comes out of the second ear. So he says, these are the people who take in the information and they just let it go. They do nothing about it. And then he goes to the second statue. He takes the marble, he puts into the ear, and then it comes out of the mouth. He says, these are the people who actually take the information and speak about it. They have no clue what they're speaking, but they speak about it. And he goes to the third one. He puts the marble into the ear, and it stays inside. And he says, these are the people who take the information, process it within themselves, and then make it useful for themselves and for others. Now, the king was really happy and he thanked the sculptor. Now, why did I share the story here with you? In the next few hours, we are going to share you so much of information. Now, who are you going to be? The first person who takes the information and leaves it out, or takes the information and talks about it, or are you the person who takes the information, process it, and makes value with that, with what for yourself and for others? Who would you need to be? So it's a choice that we are giving it to you, but it's a space that you are bringing in here. So I just want to start with that. And I want to say thank you to each and everyone who are here and who want to do something with your life in 2026. Thank you so much. And I give it back to Dr. Saji here.
Thank you very much, Nisha. So let's begin with our, the first topic today. So let me introduce the topics first, and then you will be able to go through it, and then we will go from there. So first thing, today we are discussing about the renew your life, transform your life, change your life, and we are going to share with you three pillars of your life. So understanding these three pillars and understanding the coping mechanism to make them work for you and to take you to the next level, we believe that it's going to help you in various ways. Okay, so let's begin with it. So the renew your life, the three pillars, okay, for personal transformation. What are they? We are going to discuss about your mastering your time, the time management, then building the self-discipline, and then we will talk about the relationship. There will be some bonus points at the last, so please stay with us until the last, then you will not feel you missed it, okay? So the first thing, let's go through the time. So you all know time is money, right? Everybody's saying time is money. How time become money? Because when you are the custodian of your time, then you are the custodian of your life. Why? Once you lost a minute, you are not going to get it back. Once you lost a day, you are not getting back. Once you finish 1 year in your life, you lost it. So the 2025 until December 26 is not going to come back in your life. But what stays with you, whatever the experience you had in this 2025, whatever your exposure you got in this year, that will stay with you. So time is so crucial and critical in our day-to-day life. So take it to your heart that you will always think about the time. Even a minute matters, even seconds matters. Suppose you are getting ready to go to airport to catch your flight, but you are not able to prepare yourself because of many other critical reasons happening, and you are not able to start from the time which you were planning to. And the flight will leave the airport at the same time. It is scheduled. So what you will do? The moment you realize that you are late to airport, your clock starts, right? Your heart beats increases, and that you will sweat, you will feel very tired. It's become a nightmare for you. From that moment onwards, you are going to miss the flight. So that's the way you identify the value of the time. So every day, every time, when you want to do something, keep this momentum in your life, in your mind, that you are going to miss the flight. So if you have such an examination, very important, you cannot skip it. You spend a lot of hours and a lot of years of study, and at the end of the course, you are going to attend the examination. How much vigilant will you be to watch your time and always look for it? And even you will try to track it by minutes, by seconds. So by the time the exam starts, you are ready to, deliver everything what you learned so far and then to finish it up. So these are the some occasions you can imagine the value of the time. But some other occasions you are thinking that in the morning, if it is a weekend days, what do you think? Okay, let me sleep some more time. Let me spend some more time on my bed. Okay, always we will feel that weekends are less important for us. So the time has two different value for us. But when you look at the clock or your watch, you can see each second counts and there is no difference in the value. See every time the same value for the time. So when we are thinking about the value of the time, what I want to tell you, you are the custodian of your life. If you control your life, you will get it. But if you lose it, it's your responsibility. So the time management comes with responsibility. If you do not exercise the responsibility you are supposed to be, then there is no way you can get the benefit out of it. So always think in this angle. So if you are the custodian of your life, then you should be the custodian of your time. It's not that somebody else is defining your time. It's not the social media. It's not the events. It's not the friends or your circles, your parents, siblings. Nobody is going to be responsible for your time. Keep that responsibility within you. So when you are responsible for your time, then automatically you will exercise your responsibility in your life. So think about that. So read enough information to consume that is going to help you out in whichever way you want to develop yourself. So first thing, understand your responsibility, understand the value of the time, exercise it in your life, then you will see the momentum starts. So I want to give you the first step, right? What is the first step? Think about that the day when you start the first step in your life. How was it? Was it an easy step? Was it an easy way to start the first step? No, it was not. Everybody in this world was let you alone at that moment. Nobody was helping you. Nobody was holding your hands. Nobody was helping you, pushing you forward. No, it's your own pace. You picked up little by little. Many times you fall down. Nobody counts that. None of your parents, noted down how many times you've fallen down. But they remember that the first step you had in your life when you were very younger age. So that's how we all grew up. So now also keep that momentum. So always keep that one minute or the beginning or the first step that is so important that you have to keep that momentum going on. So the first step, then go to the second step, then go to the third step. So the first step is a victory for you. Why? That is the way you are putting your responsibility, your courage, your freedom. And many people think that, okay, I have enough time. I am just little now. I am maybe in a couple of years old. I have a lot of time happening in my life. So when you start waiting for your future, you lost. Why? The time you lost will never come back. The opportunity you lost will not come back. Maybe new opportunity will come to your life. But what it matters that whenever you put your wholehearted efforts to grab the opportunity on the time it appears. If you are ready, you will be able to do that. But if you are not ready, then you are going to lose it. Why? Your focus will be in some unimportant matters. Think about that. How do you spend your early 1 hour every day? When you woke up, what you are going to do? How do you spend your initial half an hour? How you are thinking, how you are presenting yourself, what time you are waking up. All this matters. Why? The time goes every second. Weekdays, weekends, holidays doesn't matter because the clock ticks every second. So for you also, the seconds matters in your life. So if you do not find it in its strength, its value, then you are going to lose it. So many ways we have seen or we are hearing that time is equal to money. But I will say time is equal to life. Why? If you are not considering the time as important topic in your life, you are going to lose many of your uh, life in the coming years. So stop now and think about that. When you can start the first step, what is the first step you want to start today? What is the one thing in your life you want to begin today? Why you are here? Why you are spending these 3 hours with us? What is your objective coming to this meeting? What do you want to achieve in your life? So if you are feeling you are failed, you are the stolen from something which you are able to achieve, then think about it. Keep that one thing very important for you in your heart. So let's discuss about that, how to achieve it. So we are progressing during this 3 hours time. We want to give you a plan, a master plan. So where you can begin with your first step. So if you are able to start with your first step now in this meeting, then you are the one going to achieve or the benefit from your life, the entire life. It is going to benefit you. So I want to give you the heads up. The time is equal to money. So do not forget that every minute, every seconds matters. So do not feel that overwhelmed after a couple of years or for past 5 years. I spent a lot of time. I did not gain anything. I lost all these years, but I did not achieve anything. So if you have something in your mind to hold your breath, then keep that in your hand, not down in your notebook, and let's work on it together. We are here to support you. It's not that just a coaching class and leave you alone. No, it's a program just starting today, and then we will be with you to support you all the sense, all the ways what we can. And there are more to come. You can expect a lot, but you have to invest your time. If you are not ready to invest your time, then nobody can support you in this world. Many times the students and the children will think about that our parents are not doing enough. Our parents are not helping us. They are not loving us. Why? They are not doing our work. Suppose if your parents are going to help you in a way that they are not supposed to, then you are going to suffer in your life. It's not that easy job to learn everything in one day and to perform it on stage. It's not going to happen. Whenever you need to do something, you should have a long years of experience developed through all the failures. And then finally, you will be able to do your first step. That's what you have done in your life whenever you did the first step when you started walking. So that's the same thing happening every time in your life, in every respect of your life. So do not forget that the pain come along with the experience. So without having that experience and the pain, you are not going to benefit anything in your life. You are not going to gain anything in your life. So do not try to reduce your problems. Do not try to get away from your problems, or do not try to skip your problems, but try to face it. So develop the courage to face your problem. So then you will be able to use the time effectively for your life. So I want to pause now so that we can hear another version from uh, Coach Nisha. So she is having different experience. She is going to share us a different perspective of how to manage the time, and then we will go from there. Thank you.
Thanks, Doctor. Now we hear time every time, every now and then, right? Like what's happening with that time, what did we go past, and what happened, what what is that we lost, right? And what is that we are going to gain. Now, sitting at the end of the year, this is 2025 December, last end of the few more days, and we are counting it out, right? So what do you really want to do? Like, we can give you so much of information and everything, but what do you really want to see in yourself for 2026 is depending completely on how are you going to use it, so that that can make it effective in whatever ways you want to. So simple strategies of how you can make your time useful is, first thing is, we can always try to say, like, we have lots of uh, resolutions that we start on January 1st, and by January 3rd and 4th we are out of it, right? Because it doesn't happen to us because of so many other factors that we put in ourselves. Maybe it's because of excuses, maybe we find something else that is interesting, maybe we don't find this to be interesting for us to continue. So what are we doing to make this 2026 better? And the first thing we start with it is, like, what are we doing with our time, and how can we make it more useful? Now, the experience is what doctor was sharing on how he was explaining time is up to you. How do you take it responsibly, and how are you going to apply it, right? So if you have a notebook and a pen, you need to make sure that you take notes now, because it's important for you. The first thing which I wanted to explain is, one, the books that doctor was talking about, I have many books which talks about time management as well as to create your boundaries and what are you doing with that. So you can check it in amazon.com, and it's a workbook, so you practice it every day for 30 days or 60 days or 90 days. You can use that. That is one way of doing it, which has come from various methods that I had followed, strategies that I had followed, and finally I came into something which I really wanted to share with everybody. So that's how that has come in. Second thing, you should have a definite goal to pursue. If you do not have that to pursue, what you're going to do is, you're going to push things off from your life. And that pushing away is what you're losing away with your time. And that's not what you want to do right now. What you're going to do is, you're going to gain the time what you have. So all of us have 24 hours. So these are the practical strategies which you can actually apply in your life. We have 24 hours in our life, and keep to a place and practice that. Your health is very, very important. So that means you need to put in a space where you give yourself 7 hours of sleep. So that you need to give from 10 p.m. to morning 5. Given that space, put that into your calendar, into your head, into your time space, into your family space, everywhere. Just make sure that you have that. So that strategy, when that gets into that space itself, do not bring anything else into that space. So that is your health. You need to have the 7 hours of sleep. So that goes first. The second one is, the rest of the time what I have, what am I going to do with that time? 8 hours will go for my work. What is going to happen? 8 hours you are at work doing anything, whatever you've been asked to do, right? Now, that 8 hours which you are spending in your office is very, very valuable, because that equates to money, what you're bringing into your home or into your personal space. So that 8 hours what you're going to be there should be focused on the work what has been asked of you to do. So in that 8 hours, you need to have a balance between your body, what you have, and the work that you're going to do. So please make sure that you have a proper lunch break, you have a proper mid-time snack break, or even after snack break after your lunch. So these small intervals of time that you give for yourself will count to your work life balance, which is very, very important for you. So make sure that you put in proper time to proper things that you want to do in your life. So put that 8 hours in space, put this in that 8 hour space. You should have a lunch break, you should have your snack break. Now, every 40 minutes, even if you can stand for 5 minutes and stretch yourself, what you're going to do is, to your mind, what you get into your mind with your work or with somebody's information, being in meetings, back to back meetings, whatever it is, you will give that 5 minutes break after every 40 minutes or 45 minutes or even after 1 hour, because you want your brain to reset. You just don't want to be in the process of just running, which is not going to happen. So it's very, very important for you that you need to give that space. Just a minute, I think, yeah, you need to give that space, so that you can actually reset it every 45 minutes or every hour, so you become more productive. Now when you have productive things doing in the time that you have, actually you use make well use of your 8 hours time at your workspace. So it's very, very important. Stretch yourself, make sure your body is in movement and it's not stagnated or even sitting in long positions. Okay, that's not what we want to do. So when you have all of these things in place, your work style or the way that you do your work also gets much improved. And when you have that work which is going very well, you will have that space to spend 2 to 3 hours with your family in the evening. And that also allows you to really come down, because when you give time for yourself to be in a good reset position, you can make anything happen in your life. And when you have your 7 hours of your sleep, your body internally gets more energy for the next day, because every day is a new day. If you're going to carry on with what happened yesterday to today, you're actually living yesterday, you're not living in today. So it's important for you to leave what you did yesterday as yesterday. Take those good experiences, what you have learned and done, to tomorrow. But do not bring those yesterdays, the things that didn't happen, the regrets that you had, the past mistakes and everything, carried on for today. Because that's why it's important for you to have a good 7 hours of sleep, a very good balance of 8 hours of work, and in between that 2 hours in the evening that you have with your family needs to be really refreshing for you. And if you practice this every day, you actually become qualitative time management person. That is important for us, right? And in the morning when you wake up, whether it's going to be 5 o'clock or 5:30 or 6 o'clock, be a early waker. That is very, very important. Any successful people in this world, whoever it is, you go read your biographies, you go see their lifestyle and everything, they wake up before everybody else because they want to be in their space. They want to create something in their life. They want to put that into action. So your 5 a.m. to 6 a.m., keep it as your time to really make who you are that day. The choice that you make that day makes you who you are. So define yourself 5 to 6 a.m., whether it's with prayers that you start, with meditation that you start, or a slow walking, or you just get up and refresh yourself. Now, why do I say to start with that is because the morning time what you have is very, very precious, because that's the time when your body gets up. And when you're getting up, don't go in for your hot coffee, tea, anything with sugar, because that also matters. In anything that you're putting in for your sugar, like you're increasing your insulin or any of those things, you're internalizing the body in a very, very, very high spike. So you don't go in that space, but make sure that your body is actually settled in, and then take into your breakfast, take into anything that you can put into your body, because the body was at rest and you need to slowly start into the reset for the day. Okay, so it's important how you are actually doing that mechanics inside of your body, whether it is going to be internal organs or with your head and brain, or with just the visualization of what you're going to have for today, because that is called as time management. If you do not have that in your space correct, what happens is, like, you become lethargic, you procrastinate things, you don't want to feel that this is a best day, you feel really down with your energy, many things go around. So 5 a.m. to 6 a.m., be a early waker. Make sure you do things what you have to do for yourself, not for others, but for yourself. You become the priority in your life. The choices that you are going to make in that hour defines the whole day for you. Give that time, and then slowly make sure that you have something to move your body. Get up, do some exercise, maybe yoga, maybe even 5 minutes breath exercise, or even just move up and down your stairs. Nothing, anything that helps you to be in movement, to get that body energized, do that. And after like 6 to 7, make sure that you do whatever you have to do for your personal stuff and everything. Get your day starting in a very positive note, because that is what you're going to take into that energy. So 8 o'clock, you're going to start in your work, or you're going to drive into your work. Make sure the thoughts that you put into yourself becomes and defines you, not because of somebody else. You know what? Any post on Facebook, anything that you do with YouTube, anything with Instagram, TikTok, on all of those things is actually putting you down, because what you're doing is you're spending your time to make somebody else get money or become better or whatever it is. It is not about you. So please ensure whatever time that you put in the morning is the time for yourself. Read a book, write a journal, put your affirmations in, make sure that you put your thoughts to a good process, like that makes you. So that is time management. And when you do that, next 8 hours at your workspace become much better. And then when you shut off your workspace, that means 8 to 4:30, if you are in the workspace, 4:30 should be your shut off time. Don't bring those work back into your home. That's not called as work life balance. What you're doing is you're carrying on something. So take them out, and 4:30 you should be done out from there. From 4:30 to till the time that you're going to the bed or preparing yourself to be in the bed is the time you're going to give with your family, with your friends, with yourself, with community and anything. But you need to create that in a more lively, fun environment, because the energy what you're going to put here should not be draining you. It should be actually helping you to become better. So this is your 24-hour cycle, and this time management, when you do it properly, you are going to achieve something, maybe in 1 month, maybe in 2 months, maybe in a year. But there is something for you to do without any cringes, without any inhibition. Like you're like, oh no, I don't want to do that. No, you will do it with love, and you're doing it for yourself. Okay, so that's what I wanted to share about time.
So let's move on. Let's now look at the next topic. Okay. Uh, it is the discipline. Okay. So when we have the discipline happening in our life, we are going to achieve something what you want to do in your life. So what it means, suppose if you are going to achieve something which you want to progress, whatever things you want to be in your life, so that is what the decision force come in, correct? So whenever you want to see your life moving to the next level, what you are supposed to do? Pick up the one thing which you want to achieve in the coming months or coming years. So for the last couple of years in your life, whatever you do, whatever you had experienced in 2025, that is going to change your life in the coming years. Why? That is the base for you to start with. So if you already started the first step, we explained that how that should happen. So if you started with the first step, then it is your responsibility to make the second step, right? Nobody is going to help you out. Why? When you started walking the first time in your life, what did your parents do? They were just leaving you alone, and they were just looking at you, watching you, and just experiencing how you are putting your next step or trying to make your next step. So that's what going to happen in your entire life. Suppose your parents are going to help you for your second step, third step, fourth step, and whenever you are falling down, they are telling you, oh, my child, oh, it is too hard for you. You are falling down every time when you are trying. Your body is not strong enough. Your footsteps are not confident enough. You do not have that confidence. So let me do it for you. For your entire life, I am going to work for you. I will hold you on my shoulder, and then I will work for you. Please do not try it. What would be your experience if your parents were telling you like this? Are you going to sit on their lap or their shoulder for the whole life? Is that going to happen? Is that what you want to do? The decision is with you. So that's why the first step is so important. How can you make the first step? It's your decision. The child make the decision that he wants to work or she wants to work. That is what the ambition at that moment of time. So trying until they are able to make the first step. Yes, you did the first step. Then what next? Then you have to try for the second step. You may fall down again, but it will not be that hard as before the first step you were able to make. So every time when you fall down, your force to fall down will get reduced, and you will be able to manage to hold somewhere else or try to protect your body from not hitting somewhere and aching it again. So that's what the importance is. So the first step is with the help of many people, but the second step is your responsibility. You should be courage enough to make your second step. So that's what the discipline comes into picture. How can you make the second step if you are afraid of making mistakes, making falling down? So that's what the point is. How do you develop your discipline? When you do something, even if it is adversely against your willpower or against your comfort, and you are forcing yourself to go through it, then creates a momentum. So in order to create that momentum, the second step, the third step, the fourth step, and going on, you are creating the momentum with a discipline. If you do not have a discipline, forget it, because you can make one or two steps and then you will look behind you, then you will see that you are far away from where did you start. So that's what happening when you go inside the sea. Okay, you are alone in a small canoe, you are going inside the sea, and then the moment you look back, what will happen? You start frightening because you are so far away from the shore. Then if something happens, how can you go back and get the safety? So the moment you talk about safety, comfort, and the comfort zone, then you are gone. So you lose the momentum and you are going to find the price or pay the price at the later stage. If you are not keeping up your momentum, and in order to bring that momentum, you have to develop a strategy for it. That is the self-discipline. So when you build the self-discipline, that is a muscle. So just like when you go to the gym, the first day you do not see any muscle built up, but there are a lot of pain. The second day, when you go to the gym, again the pain persists, or it may increase for a couple of days. But if you go to the third day, still the pain is there. But how can you go to the fourth day when it is very difficult for you to wake up from the bed? If you make that call and then you woke up and then you go to the gym, that is what the beginning of the discipline. So if you do the first day, second day, it's okay, anybody can do that. But if you continue that for that momentum creates, and then you continue your push-ups or the exercises or weightlifting, and then you continue that for a couple of months or a couple of years, it develops the muscles. So in order to get the abs or the muscles, and you go to the gym and do the exercise on a regular basis, that's the same thing happening in your life. How can you make decisions? So decision making is the most dangerous part for every children and even for the grown-up people. Why? If I make a decision and it is wrong, what is going to happen? How can you change the decision which I took 5 years before? When you enter into college and you are selecting a course, you are selecting a major, and then you started the learning. What would happen in these days? Many children, they are thinking, oh, I am joining this course. What I will get after finishing this? Can I get this job? Can I get that job? Can I be eligible for getting a better job? How many, job interviews I have to go through? How much I can make it? So they are thinking a lot. And what is happening? So they are not able to even begin that. So at the beginning of the education, in the first year itself, they decide, okay, this course is not going to help me out. So what they will do, they will switch to another course or another major, which their friends are saying, oh, that is going to be giving you more money, and that is going to give you more freedom to get more job. Okay, they are switching to the next year. They are going to a different classes. So after a couple more months, they realize that this course also not giving them the money which they are expecting. What they will do? Again, they will switch the course in the third year. So what's happened after 4 year or 5 year of their study? They lose the momentum. So what is the objective of the education? It is to transform your mind, transform your thought process, transform you as a person. If the transformation is not happening, then there is no purpose for the education. So you will spend 5 years in the college, but you come out with nothing. So that's what happening in most of the time in these days in colleges. That is so pathetic, right? You are spending the entire time in the college, but you are not gaining anything. So the purpose of education is to stabilize you, put you in a path, put you into a disciplined space, put you into a time management objective, give you a perspective about your life. If that is not going to happen in the colleges, then why do we need to go to the college? Why do you spend the time? You can stay at home, sleep well, eat well, and spend time with your friends and a happy and merry life. Is that what you want to be? So that's up to your decision. So the discipline comes along with the beginning fourth step, and to continue the second, third, and fourth step, and the continue the momentum. So create the momentum with your self-discipline. So many people talk about that when the parents are disciplining the children, oh, it is too hard. The parents are very rude. They are very hard on me. Look at the other parents. They are always giving the kind words. They are always giving easy part. Always they are supporting the children. And you know what is going to happen? Those children goes through the hardships in their younger ages. They are going to nourish in their life. Nobody is going to give better life when they are having the all the good things happening in their childhood. Those people do not know how to behave in a better way, how to cope up with the situations where they have difficulties in their life. So all those coping mechanisms, the skills that we learn not from the colleges, but from our home and from our life itself. So always think about that what you want to do in your life is the one important point. It is taking you to the next level. So always believe in yourself, always put the strength in your life. What do you want to become? Pick up that one thing you want to, and then do the first step. If you already did, well and good. If you did not do that already, then you have to make the first step today. And which is the right time for you to do any changes? It was yesterday. That's already gone. Then what is the next best time? It is now. Not today evening, but now. You make the decision. You pick up one thing, not 10, not 20. Just pick up one thing. And then you note it down in your notebook. Wherever you can, then put it down. So whenever you see that daily, you know this is my decision. It's not the decision of my parents. It's not because somebody else forced me, because I want to be somebody in my life in the future. So I want to make the decision today, and then I have to keep that momentum going on. So when you put yourself into a discipline plan, I am assuring you, it's not that easy job. The first couple of times when you start building that momentum, it is so hard on you. So do not believe that it will be always easy, always freedom, always happy. No, it will be so hard for you. That's why very difficult time for you to begin with it. So the first step is so immense pressure on you. So if you are ready to absorb the pressure, absorb the difficulties, and take out of yourself from your comfort zone, only then you will be able to make the first step. So from the first step onwards, it is little easy but not that easy. So the second step, maybe it is a little bit comfortable for you because the first step is already done, and the third step will be more comfortable for you, and the fourth step. But after that, in order to keep the momentum, it is very difficult. Many people make resolutions at the end of the year. Okay, next year I'm going to skip these things, quit these things, wake up early, go to bed early. They will make a lot of resolutions. But how many times you made your resolutions, and how many times you were able to complete it at the end of the year? Do you remember which were the resolutions you made last year, and how many you are following now? Just think about it. Just let's make an inventory of those lists. Okay, and think about it. Why did you make that resolution, and why it did not come through? Why you were not able to do that or continue the momentum? So there itself, it will give you the answer. You were very curious to begin with it, but you did not discipline yourself in order to continue the momentum. So in order to bring yourself easygoing in the discipline, you have to develop habits. Why do you need habits? Because it is little hard to develop the habit, but when you develop good habits, that habits will take you to your entire life. You don't need to worry about it. So why do you do the brushing at the time when you woke up? Is that anybody is asking you to do that? No. It's a habit you learn from your childhood. So every day woke up, the first thing you will do to wash your face, brush your teeth, and then you do your morning routines, right? So it's the habit. So why do you go to the college? You are developing that habit to go to the college or go to the school. So that habit helps you to develop your life. And when you develop good habits, and that habit is going to take you to your entire life. So developing good habits help you to keep your discipline, right? So these go in hand. So if you are not ready to change your life, nothing to worry. Why you are here, you want to do something in your life, which you are not able to do by yourself. That's why we are here. We are here to support you, help you, to give you the tools and tactics which we experience throughout life. I came to this stage through very hard path. I know there was nobody to guide me. There was nobody to tell me, do this, Saji, do that, Saji. It is going to help you. There was nobody. But I had one thought in my mind. Whatever comes in my life, whether it is happy, bad, sad, or hardships, any problems, I take it as an opportunity for me to change my life, divert it, or to develop it. So I never thought any opportunity or any hardships in my life is going to put me down. I did not took it that way. That's why I am in front of you. You are listening to me. Okay, so I want to share that experience with you. So until my, the high school, I never passed an exam. So everybody was thinking of that, okay, this boy is not going to do anything in the life. So we don't need to associate with it. I did not have any friends. I did not have anybody advising me, guiding me, or directing me to it. I did not have a godfather that I will get everything happening on time. Nothing happened. So throughout my life, it was so hard. Everybody was putting me away. So my family, my friends, my hometown people, wherever I traveled, it was so hard. So everybody is thinking that, oh, okay, now you are in this stage, and so you can say anything. No, it's not coming along the way in 1 day or 2 days. It's a whole day of or whole hardships going through, and the experience develop day by day. The resilience develop even after each experiences or each falls happens. So when you start walking, the first step is not that easy. How about the second step? That also not easy. How about the third step? That also not easy. So keep the momentum. It is very hard. So what I want to tell you, so if you are ready to accept the challenge in your life, only then you will be able to keep the momentum and achieve something in your life. The first thing you have to think about, develop good habits. When you have good habits, that is going to help you to take you to the next level in your life. And that's how you are developing your discipline in your life. So when you have good discipline, you will not wait for somebody else to help you out. When you have good discipline in your life, you will not wait for the good opportunity to come in. Every opportunity will be a good opportunity for you. So when you treat whatever applicable available for you is a good opportunity, that is the good stuff you can do, make out in your life to make your life better. So if you make your life better, how can you do that? You have to make the first step. So when you change your life, how is going to help others? Those who are surrounding you will benefit out of it. When you are changing your life, your family members will benefit from you. Your family members will spread that change to other people as well. Initially, for a couple of years, nobody noticing you because the change is happening within yourself. Nobody else is going to notice you. When you are going through the good habits, developing good habits, and then when you put yourself into the uncomfortable situation to develop the momentum, develop your self-reliance, develop the self-respect and the discipline, it is not that easy. But internally, you believe in yourself and believe my words. You are changing the momentum. You are changing the core. That you are changing your belief. about you. So if you believe in you, you will be able to make something out of it. So the first step is hard, second step is hard, third step is hard. But developing a good habit is not that hard. Yeah, once you commit for that, yes, you can do that. Once you are able to make one good habit, then you know how to develop other habits. Do not pick up five together. It's not going to help you. Pick up one, any one, you note it down. Then you develop that habit first, right? Then you do the first step, second step, then create the momentum and discipline yourself. Then go to the next one. So when you pick up the next one, again, the same rule applies. The first step, second step, third step, keep the momentum and become your resilient on that one. And then you can discipline yourself to the next level. Yes, continuous progress is the achievement in your life. Nothing was going to happen on a blue moon day. No, nothing is going to happen. You will see many people win their life, maybe making a lot of money, maybe getting a good investment, maybe getting a good job, maybe a good career, maybe a business, and maybe they are getting elected into different levels of responsibilities. It's not going to happen on a blue moon day. If you are waiting for the better opportunity, yes, that is going to happen, but you are not ready to grab it. How can you get better opportunities if you are skipping your smaller opportunities? It's never going to happen. So every time when there is an opportunity available, you have to go and grab it and take it yourself. Even though it is so hard, just work on it. Get the help when you need it. It is nobody else's responsibility to teach you something, train you something, and get you better. But it is your responsibility about your life. At the younger age, parents will take care of you. But when you are growing up, you have to get the responsibility within yourself. So when you take the responsibility to go to the next level, you will be able to go through the each step and keep the momentum, develop your good skills, and to go to the disciplined life, right? So many people are thinking that disciplined life is the uh, the lack of independence. No, it's not confinement. So when you are reliance on your the safety, you will make progress, but it will be curious about your safety and make you better for your life, right? It's not going to hurt you. It is not going to ditch you down. Instead, you will be able to develop the good habits to make you a disciplined person. So without a discipline, you can achieve something, but it will not sustain. So that's the biggest challenge. You can make something out of it for a couple of days, couple of weeks. It's not going to continue the momentum. Then without discipline, you will not be able to make it out. Let's look about the bamboo, right? The bamboo tree, when you plant it for a couple of years, nothing is going to happen. Nothing will come out of the earth. So you will think that okay, it's died. So whenever you plant a seed, what is happening? Initial couple of weeks or maybe a couple of months, there is nothing coming out. Then what is happening in it? There is a transformation happening to that seed. For the bamboo, for 8 years, nothing will come out of the land. Or what will happen? It is growing underground. For that many years, it is growing and growing. When it is so powerful with its all the roots, then the shoot will come out. So then it will grow. Then it will grow faster than any other trees. So that's what happening with the bamboo. So that's the same thing happening for human being as well. So initial days of our first step, second step, third step, keeping the momentum, nobody is noticing a change in you. But internally, there is a change happening for every flaws, every mistakes, every struggles you are facing. Every time, whenever you talk to people, you make mistakes. You will not have enough words to utilize it. And each moment when you make a mistake, you are growing internally. Nobody is noticing it. After a couple of months, maybe after a couple of years, you will feel that you are changing yourself. That is what the result of keeping the momentum. So when you realize that something is changing internally, then after a couple more months, maybe a couple of years, others will try to notice it. Only when you keep your discipline, you will see these changes happening over a period of time. Not on a blue moon day, not on a very lucky day. Many people are saying it was my luck to get these things. It was his luck that he got this chance. No, the luck is only a 1%, but 99% is your resilience, power, and discipline. That matters. So keep that momentum within yourself. So if you are not ready at this moment, but we are with you to support you, to make you ready. And when you are ready, then declare your first step. Why it is matters? When you declare something, when you say out of your mouth, it it has its own body, right? If you are thinking internally, it do not have any shape. But when you say it louder and write it down or send to some of your friends, yes, I am making this decision, and that forms some shape that will help you to see it, touch it, or feel it, and then you will follow it. So you don't have to celebrate all your victories with everybody else, but you have to develop a skill that you internally pat your back so that you will get the freedom to enjoy each and every victory you made, each and every step you go forward. If you do that, then you will feel comfortable and proud of yourself to make that changes happening in you. At that time, discipline is not a lack of freedom. Discipline is not confinement. Why? Without discipline, no achievement, no benefit is going to happen in your life. So keep that in your mind. So discipline is the one of the pillar to make your life better for the future. Not for today, not for tomorrow, for your future. Think about how many more years available in your life. At what age you are now. Think about that 50 years, 60 years, 100 years, whatever it is. If you want to become a better person than today, then you have to start now. There is no better time for you. If you wait for tomorrow, tomorrow comes the day after tomorrow, then next year, then at the end of the 2026, we will have another session like this for 3 hours, maybe for more than 3 hours, but you will find yourself in the same spot, right? So always it is your part, 99%. And 1% you can say luck or from the God or whatever it is. But 99% is your responsibility to take care of your life to the next level. But we are here with our experience and knowledge, sharing with you to make you possible in that in your life. So always understood one thing, my responsibility is 99%. So I have to reach out for help when I need it. I have to reach out for support when I required it. I have to keep the positive peer group all the time to give me the momentum, right? So if you believe in motivation, I can motivate you for hours. But I do not believe on it. Why? Motivation will help you to begin the first step. It is not the first step. Why? Because first step is your effort, not my effort. I can make you comfortable or I can make you thinking in the positive angle to lift up your legs for the first step. But it is your responsibility to fasten enough to make the first step. So why motivation needed? In order to lift your legs up. So in order to make you understand things, in order to help you to make the decision firm, affirm that you can go to the second step and they keep the momentum. So that's how motivation works. So if you are waiting for somebody to motivate you, you are gone because nobody is able to motivate you for the whole life. Why? They can motivate you for 1 minute, 1 hour, 1 day, couple of days. If you go to any retreat or any kind of annual training program, that momentum you will be able to keep it for a couple of days. So who will help you to continue that for the coming years? Your responsibility. So if you are able to continue that momentum for as many as times to make you more stronger and stable and to get the resilience, only then you are going to win the race. So how you can make the marathon on the first day? It's not going to happen. They are the marathon runners. They are exercising on daily basis. They are practicing on daily basis. Not many weeks or months and maybe for years they're practicing it, and then finally they are achieving the distance for the marathon. So keep it as in your life as well. It's not one day job, it's not one big job. is for the whole years, for whole lives, right? So keep that momentum. So in order to keep that resilience, that power within you, you need to keep the discipline. Okay. Thank you very much for listening to us. Okay. So let's listen what Anisha want to share with us. Thank you.
Thanks, Doctor. Um, I'm very sure that whoever is listening here knows Michael Jordan, right? One of our favorite basketball players. Now, when we look into Michael Jordan's journey to place where he is right now, that's absolutely fantastic and fabulous. When he started, the beginning, very beginning of his years, when he was in high school, and he knew every capacity that he can be the great player and everything. But you know what? The coach said, no, you can't. You just you're pathetic in it, right? So he pushed him away, and he didn't take him to his the club that was playing in. He didn't take him. He left him off, and he said, go do whatever you want to do. You're not going to become a basketball player. Then what happens when he comes home and he says to his mother, he says, his mother, what his mother says, you didn't practice well, go do it. And from that day, Michael Jordan, if you believe it or not, go read his books. He says it like, from that day, he's been in the court in the morning, 5 o'clock, 4 o'clock. He has been there dribbling the ball as many number of times, putting the shot in, and he made every moves, not just because of he had to do it or anything, but because of the practice that he put in every single day, without missing a day, without missing the momentum that he needs to have in his life. He was dribbling the ball, and the more he dribbled the ball, the more he went into that thing, he was growing into a better player. Now his coach was watching and seeing what's happening with this guy, like, who didn't take his feedback to the dump. He took it to himself and he grew from there. And when he grew from there, we have a Michael Jordan here. And what do we have with Michael Jordan? We have lots of things that we can say about it. And you know what? The best thing is, like, if you like that Nike Jordan, right? The shoes, absolute fantastic shoes. Everybody wears it. So he created it. Like, he didn't just like that create it, right? It's because of the way how he was dribbling and shooting in there, his way of jumps. Nike felt it like that is what everybody needs it. Now, from that small practice that he put in every day, that is counting as discipline. If he didn't put that in, today we would not be having a Michael Jordan. Today we will not be having LeBron James. Today we will not be having the players whom we are seeing in. And when we see somebody else and appreciate their efforts, please think that their journey was not easy. Their journey was filled with subdues, was filled with rejections, was like not even accepted anywhere. But they grew from there. They took something out of it. They made that point into their life to become something. So if you see me and Doctor here, we didn't come just like that. No. If I'm speaking to you in this one, please believe me, till 18 or 19 years, I spoke my vernacular language because I grew up in Chennai. I spoke Tamil absolutely great. Then I learned Malayalam and I spoke in Malayalam as well. English was like a language of course, I was in an English medium school. I learned English and we corresponded in English when we had to. But it was not the medium in which I was being there, right? Like, it was not my, like, oh, very great strength of me. No, when I came out into the world, when I started to see people talking in English, and that's what everybody is communicating with, I had to build that muscle. And there was one person who I really look to now also, who helped me and encouraged me to learn this language much better. So he showed me how to apply it, he showed me where to apply it, and he said, consistency keeps the person in the space of growth. And he said, if you're going to do it only for a day, you're not going to get anything out of it. For month and month and month, you need to practice it. And if I have to practice it, I need to put myself into the space of learning. If I'm not putting myself in the space of learning, today who you're seeing me will not be happening. So at the age of 20, when I went into the practice of reading books, reading newspapers, speaking with people, that has brought me every day into a space of learning, and I'm standing here. So every day there were people who were rejecting me because of my accent, people who were rejecting me because of the words that I was speaking. People didn't totally understand what I was talking. But today, if I'm standing before you, it came in through all of those points of falling down, getting up, falling down, getting up. And we need to realize that when you fall down, you're actually learning something to get up. It's not about sitting there and saying that I'm a rejection, I'm a failure. No, that's not how it was. If it was like that, Jordan would not be here and we would not be having Air Jordan, or we would not be having a beautiful matches that we watch around here, right? So everything has got its space of learning. And how are you going to put discipline into your life? Start small, not so big. Like, even if you want to do something with yourself, okay, I want to be a speaker, I want to speak very well. Put every day 5 minutes of your time into doing something productively, which will equate to what you want to achieve. If you're going to say, I'm going to put 30 minutes today, and you may start it in today, but after 2 days, you're not going to have it, because you will be out of that initial motivation, initial run into that, initial energy into that. So every day, put five, slowly increase it to 10, then increase it to 50, then increase it to 30. So when you're getting up in the morning, 5 minutes, like 5 a.m., put 5 minutes of prayer time, or 5 minutes of your spiritual time, or 5 minutes of your meditation time. Do it for a week, do it for 2 weeks, get into the practice of it. Just go there and then you sit there. Whether it is happening or not is a second point. But you need to do that, right? So you go there, start it. And as you start it, you might find resistance. You might find, like, oh my God, why am I wasting my time here? Why should I do this? Remember, you are a snowflake. Snowflakes are very uniquely created, and each snowflake has got a very different property. So, you, who has been created by the creator, has a very different property to the one whom you're comparing to. So, if you're comparing your lifestyle to your friend or to your neighbor, remember, their journey was completely different. Their upbringing was completely different. Their space of growth was completely different. So do not compare yourself to anybody. Okay, that's the first thing that you need to know. When you want to put something into practice, always remember to start small. Small things gets you to the place where you really need to go. So how can I start small? 5 minutes of practice, 5 minutes of time that I want to put into my own self growth, and 5 goes to 10, 15, 20, 25, how much ever you want to increase. Don't remove because you don't want to be there. Put yourself there because you want to be there. That is where you're going to get your energy from. And the more you're going to go into that space, you want to become a good reader, 5 minutes of reading every day. You want to write something, 5 minutes of writing every day. Slowly start into the practice of putting it. You're trying to lose weight, make sure you need to be doing it, not just watching videos, not just seeing in YouTubes and Facebooks and looking into somebody else, but you need to do it by yourself. So you have to put that into you. And how are you going to put that? Slowly, 5 minutes a day. And that 5 minutes will calculate to the 20 years, whatever you want to achieve it. I put in that 5 minutes to read every day. I put in that 5 minutes to speak to people. I put in that 5 minutes every day to make sure that whatever I learn, I share. And in that space of growth, I saw myself growing. So if you're standing there and sitting and thinking, oh my God, she speaks very well. Oh my God, she's got beautiful boldness in her. It didn't come overnight. It never came overnight. It came through the practice. And as you say, like, brushing your teeth didn't come overnight, right? As a child, your mother and father helped you to brush your teeth, and then slowly you picked up the practice. And now it continues it. Even if you don't want to do it, you will go do it because it's become involuntary within yourself. The same way is discipline. If you look into Navy SEALs, right, they have a very good discipline of maintaining their emotions, and that didn't come very quickly. They had to do the boxed breathing. That is very, very important, and it is very focused. So if you are practicing something, you need to do it for a quiet period of time to get into that space. If you are doing anything in a space, like, it's a continuous, every day you're doing, there is consistency, there is commitment, and both of them equals to your performance to achieve something. So whatever you do, there is a difficulty, there will be a space where you do not like it. Accept those. Without accepting it, nothing is going to happen. So be more comfortable to become uncomfortable. Your discomfort is where your discipline starts. And the discomfort, you will be there in every space of your life, whether it is going to be a new job, whether it is going to be having a new child, a new parent, whatever it is, whether moving from a country to another country, whether you're going to learn something new, everywhere there is discomfort. The more the discomfort you get, the more you become disciplined to learn something new and get it. If you're not trying to do that, it's going to take you away from your learning and being curious. So, whatever you're going to do, it is for you and not for others. So, what I would like to say about discipline is, first thing, do not compare yourself to anybody. That is useless. That is absolutely time wasting. Do not do that. Second thing, you want to do something, start small. Absolutely small. Do it, but consistently. Every day, keep a practice of doing it. Use tools which, absolutely, we have so many tools available. If you are a person who likes to use calendar, if you're a person who likes to use your phone apps and everything, find something that will give you a provocation, like, it will just pop in your board or anything which says that you have, this is your time of practice, this is your time to do something. That will help you to be disciplined throughout the day in whatever you want to do. And the final thing which I would say is, accept rejections, accept failures, because in rejections and in failures, you learn something to move forward. If you're not in the space of accepting it, you're not going to get it. So, everyday practical tools that helps you to grow is very, very important. And start building a momentum of writing, journaling, or to speak to yourself, being very positive about what do you want to create today, how do you want to create today, putting time aside for your learning and not for others. And as much as you like to do all of these things, accept who you are. You have your own limitations, but you can be limitless when you want to be. And how do you want to be limitless? Is in the space of growth. And when you're growing, you can fail, because when you started to learn a bicycle, you didn't learn in the first try. Like, you just sat in the cycle and you start to draw. Never happened, never. You fell down so many times. You bruised your elbows, you bruised your knees, you bruised your body so many times to become much perfect into riding a bicycle. Now, even after 10 years, even if you have not touched a bicycle, you can still ride a bicycle, because that practice will make you come back again to that. So that is the space you're going to learn and grow. So please make sure whatever we say now or do now didn't happen overnight. It came in through the process of life, and the journey itself is going to be different for everybody. So stop comparing yourself to anybody. Whoever has achieved anything in their life is because of their journey. It's because of their failures. It's because of their ups and downs, not because of your up and down. Your up and down is very, very different. So start wherever you are. Right now, you have a space to start. So start. Don't wait for anything. Take a paper and pen and say, like, today I have to write one goal. That's it. One goal. Today I'm going to do this. Do it. At the end of the day, be happy you've done it. Next day, start again. I put a new thing. Start it. And if you want to have something in practice consistently, then you have to be consistent. A swimmer doesn't become a swimmer overnight, right? When Phelps was getting his all of his awards and everything, he was very specific. For 17 years, he was only doing that, right? He was swimming. He was putting every efforts into it. So you want to become a marathon runner, you can become. You want to become the best in your workspace, you can become. You want to be the highest paid speaker in the world, you can. But you need to put that effort in, you need to put the time in, you need to be consistent in your practice, and that happens only when you decide to yourself. If you're looking into a weight loss journey, and if you're saying, oh, for 10 years I've been into the weight loss journey, nothing is happening, I would say that you were not consistent, you didn't put your efforts into place, your goals were not your priority, right? If you want to build a house, you will build it in 3 months or 6 months, right? You're not going to drag it for 12 years unless there are other physical factors that's happening. Same way, take any project, finish it. You keep it for 3 months, finish the project from the start to the end. Make sure your line of marking, your trends are all in place. You need to be there. Even when building a house, there could be lots of problem, but that doesn't stop within that time. Like, oh, I'm not going to build this house, I'm going to leave it like this, I'm going to find another place, I'm going to build another house. No, you will make sure to build that house completely. So go into that building aspect of who you want to be and make this 2026 as the year of your growth, of yourself, not for somebody else. And that's what we want to say with when you have time management, bring that time management into self discipline. How do you do it? Waking up in the morning. So put your alarm at 5 o'clock. And you also have to remember when you keep something, respect your word. Keep to that integrity, because if you love yourself, you need to be loving the words that you're going to say about yourself. Because if you do not keep your word, all you're doing is you're pushing yourself down. So never say anything which you do not mean to it. So always make sure when you say something, commit to it. When you want to do something, be there. So your doing and your being is the same. It's not about like somebody is going to say and you're going to do something else. No. Whatever you say, practice it. So practice makes a man perfect, and practice what you really want to achieve in your life. That gives you the efficient results what you want. So that's all I want to say about self discipline. And if you want to connect in with anything, please, the first thing for you is to make sure, write a goal, how much you want to do every day, how do you want to do it, when you want to do it, why are you doing it. Go with that steps, because that gives you a clear picture of your way of doing it. You don't have to practice anybody else's. You have a way, practice that. If you want to climb a ladder, you have to put your steps into it. You cannot have somebody else lift you up there, right? Because sometimes it doesn't happen. So you need to be there. You need to be in that space of growth. Nobody else is going to come in there unless you feel that within yourself. Don't blame it on others. It's you who is the person who makes the choice in life. Thank you.
Thank you, Nisha. So now we have gone through two pillars of our transformation in our life. Let's move on to the next topic for today's discussion, that is about the relationship. So why it matters? Because the momentum when we create it with the time management and the discipline comes into your life, then what next matters is the relationship. So which are the relationship is important in our life? So that's what we are going to discuss now. So every time when you think about relationship, you might be thinking about your relationship with others, relationship with your life partner, parents, children, siblings. Yes, of course, they all are relationship. Human being is a social animal. So we should be always connected with the people. We should be always in relationship with something else. But my focus now in the beginning of this topic is the relationship with yourself. So if you establish a strong relationship within yourself, you are not going to benefit out of it. So you have to be very much careful that you are more strong, disciplined to keep your relationship within yourself. So why it matters? When you are strong relationship with you, you know how to nourish yourself. You know how to get the most out of you. Because in this world, only you know better about yourself. Nobody else, not your parents, not your siblings, not your life partner, not your children, not your friends, not your teachers. Why? They all have their own limitations. So the self-awareness and the self-love and self-understanding, the self-relationship is the most important topic in your life. So always think about that. You have to establish a strong bonding connection with yourself. Why? Because only you know what is your preference are. Only you know what are your weaknesses. Only you know how can make you better. So try to understand who you are, where you are, and why do you need all those things, and how can you take to the next level. Once you have that clarity within yourself, it is very easy for you to achieve that what you want to do in your life. So whenever you have a couple of things to do in your life and you are not putting that effort within you and believe in you, then what is the use of it? Who is going to come and help you out? Nobody in this world is understanding you better than you. So always put the effort in order to understand about your purpose of life. How do you understand the purpose of your life? Is a question I was asking to me for many years. Why did I exist in this world? So many people asking the question when they are going through hardships, when they are going through the difficulties in their time, they are asking the question, why am I existing in this world? Because they do not know the purpose of their life. So we have seen many people lost their arms, no legs, no arms, and they are born in. The children, they have nothing to do with their state, the state of their body. Why? Because they're born in like that, without hands, without legs. So those kids are performing well with their limitations. Why? Whenever we do not have one limbs, then other limbs will take care of the activity of the missing limbs. So whenever we are losing our hearing, then all our whole body treated like a hearing mechanism. Whenever we lost our eyesight, what is happening? All our other body parts and our ears are compensating the missing sight. So how does that happen? That is how the body works, right? Each of our elements in our body, each of the organs in our body is connected to each other and performing each other. Suppose any of our internal organ is damaged, what will happen? The heart will take care of if the liver is not working, and then the other internal organs will bypass the activity, and then they will overdo the work in order to transform our body, in order to cleanse our body. So all those things are happening. That is what the internal relationship within our body. All the organs, internal and external organs, are in a synchronized relationship to keep our body safe, right? So that's the same thing happen as a human being. Our whole body is connected with ourselves, so our inner self. So always think about that, who you are, what do you want to become. That is what your inner self. When you are turning back to into yourself as a child, nourish the child within yourself, then you will become a different person. If you are thinking somebody else noticing you, somebody else identifying you, and to give you the opportunities to grow, yes, that happens sometimes, but not all the time. But you know who inside in it, right? Inside your body. Then find it out, nourish it, and give as much as information, experience, the knowledge, the training, coaching, whatever it needs, then that inner self become an outer self. So when you have the exposing your inner self to the outward world, that is the moment you started your first step to the outside world. But you already started the first step internal to you because you started nourishing yourself internally. And that should happen every day. It should happen from your childhood till your death. Means every day we should grow our graph. So always you have to believe within yourself that your progress bar should always go an upward direction. Maybe it's in a very slopey way, or maybe not in a perpendicular way, but it should be in a slopey way upwards. Okay, that should be the direction. You have to make sure it is happening that way. So that will help you to make sure you will always make progress in your life. Even though nothing is happening outside. We have seen the example of the bamboo tree, right? Nothing is showing out there for 7, 8 years. But one blue moon day, yes, the outside shoot is happening and it is growing so faster than any other, trees. So that's what it is happening. So you all need that foundation. We all need our foundation strong. It may be with the education. It may be with our experience. It should be go through the discipline, time management. All those things are matters. So we are discussing only three pillars of the life, but there are many other points matters. But we don't have that time to go through all the topics, and you don't need to learn everything under the sun in order to begin with something new, begin with a good start, right? So you need to know something, then begin with it. Once you masterize that, pick up the other one. That's what the objective of keeping the momentum. So keep a strong relationship with you as a human being. Then you have to keep the strong relationship with the universe, right? With your creator, with your whichever spirituality you believe. You have to keep a relationship with your spiritual world. Why? When you are uplifting yourself in the spiritual world, nothing else matters because everything is equal in the spiritual world. You, me, and other people, everybody is equal in the spiritual world. So if you can think in that angle, then you will not find difference between people from different countries, maybe because of the complexion of their skin color, their race. You will not consider those elements. Why? That doesn't matter. Once you are in this world, once you are under the sun, you can see different colors, different way of talking, different languages, different tongues. But when it is coming to the spiritual world, everybody is equal, no differences, right? So when you can think in that angle, then your relationship with others will be very smooth. It's very easy. I got the chances to live in multiple countries, work there, live with others temporary and for sometimes for a longer period of time. What I learned from my life is every human being has their own uniqueness. I have my own uniqueness. Everybody has their own, way of living it. Their food habits, their culture, their knowledge, their spirituality, everything is different. But one thing is common. What it is, we all are human beings. If you can see a human being in another person, it's very simple. So I was born in one country, right? I was born in Kerala. I had the culture there. I had all the learnings from there. I grew up in a Malayalam world, means I was talking only Malayalam in Malayalam, community, in the Malayalam school, and everywhere I only speak in Malayalam. So when I moved to another place, then I had to speak other language, learn it, understand their culture. I had a very difficult time. Why? It was not easy for me to accept them. It was not easy for me to accept their culture, their way of living, their thought process. It was so hard for me. But once I adapted, right? That is the adaptation is the key in our life. In the relationship, adaptation is the key. There is no 100% perfect relationship in the world except one, you with yourself, you with your, creator or the spiritual level of a relationship. Every other relationship has its own flaws. There is no 100% matching. You can imagine your life for your, the life partner. It never happens. So when you think about somebody else other than you, sorry, the first consideration you should give is the other person is a human being. So if the other person is a human being, you treat them equal as you, right? Nothing is more important, nothing is more prominent other than they are a human being. So when you put yourself first, what will happen? Everybody else has that same level of position in the spiritual world. Then it is easy for you to accept them who they are and absorb their peculiarities or their uniqueness. When you identify your uniqueness, who you are in this world, it is easy for you to transform yourself to accept the other person's uniqueness. Every human being is unique. So absorb it, then it is easy for you. Now, coming back to the relationship. So you establish the relationship within you to yourself, your inner child, then nourish it, right? So next, coming to your parents. Whenever a child born in, the child born in without asking the permission to born in this world, right? We all got that opportunity to live in this world. So if you are feeling your life is so bad, horrible, then what is the use of getting that opportunity to live in this world? Experience this beautiful world. If you have ears, listen to the music of the nature. If you have eyes, then see the beauty of the creation of this world. You are not able to do it. I am not able to do it. Then what we should do? We have to absorb it, admire it, and then encourage it, enjoy it. Then you will see a different perspective in your life. What we need at the bottom line, we all need different perspective. That what I have. The moment I absorb or accept the different perspective from different people, sorry, I started developing myself. The moment I am saying, okay, I am enough, I don't need to improve much, I don't need to learn something more, the moment is the beginning of going down. Why? I'm putting myself down that I do not need to develop myself. So why you are here today? You want to learn something new. You want to, learn something or practice something to change your life. That's why we are here to support you. So we both gone through a lot of hardships in our life. We learned in a hard way. So we are trying to share that with you as a human being so that you don't need to again go through the same paths to learn these things and to start the first step, right? So you are here to spend this time with us. We both together developing an opportunity to grow together and nourish together and to help the other people to keep the momentum to help and reach out to more people and to help them as well. So what happened on December 13th, we started our first online coaching class for the 3 hours. We had the Malayalam version of it, and I was expecting a lot many people to join, but doesn't matter how many people join. Even if one person join or 5 persons join, I will start the class uh, the same way like I am speaking to 10,000 people. I do not reduce the intensity of it. I do not reduce the content. I do not shuffle the steps because people are not showing up. No, I don't do that. And even I believe Nisha also don't do that. Why? Our objective is to transform even one person. So we do not count the numbers, but we count those who are transforming, right? Those who really needs it. And you know what happened within a week, within 2 weeks time, more than 200 people watched that video. So for me, the 200 people attended that meeting, right? The same thing happened today. You do not look for the number of people joined today. I do not believe in that number, but that's giving me some kind of comfort that so many people joined. They try to connect with us to learn more, understand more. They put you themselves first in their life, and they want to grow further, right? So that is the responsibility of the people. That's only the consideration. But when I am talking to you, I'm talking to you from the bottom of my heart with the love and the efficiency I can provide you and the inspiration I can give you. If that changes your life, I am so happy. I do not do anything with the objective of receiving anything in return, but only one thing, your transformation. If that is happening today and it is growing, I'm so happy about that. So coming to the point, the relationship, this is also part of my growing path, right? When I grew up in one community. I had all the goodness and the badness of that community, whatever the thought process of the exact Malayali, right? I am such a person, but over the period of my experiences, it transformed me. It changed my thought process. It changed my lifestyle. It changed the way I look at the people. I look at the hardships in my life. I want to share a few things from my life after concluding the topic. Then that is the bonus discussion. We will do that. I will share that with you. So I hope the relationship within you, the inner child, it is going to change your perspective about your life. Why? If you do not have experiences, you are not going to experience anything good in your life. So in order to do the first step, you need somebody to help you out. But the second step onwards is your responsibility. When you do the second step, third step, fourth step, and keep the momentum, you are keeping yourself into discipline. So time management and discipline will help you to develop good relationship. The first relationship you make within yourself. The second relationship with your creator in the spiritual world, and then with anybody else. So all the relationships starts on a day, but it should ends until your age, right? That's how I believe. Those who are connected with me in any time, I keep that relationship until the last days. I may not be calling them daily. I may not be messaging them, but there is no interaction happening on daily basis. But I keep them in my prayers. Why? Because I love them and they love me. I know that. So the moment I send a prayer message to somebody, I know they are reading it. At the same time, when they read it, their mind is praying for me. That is a very strange experience I had. Whenever I send some a message to somebody, keeping them in my prayers, they are reading it the moment, even though they are not replying me, they are praying for me. That's what happening. That's how I perceive it. So I do that purposefully. So if you do the same thing, then you will see the difference happening in your life over a period of time. So whatever you learn, you have to put it into practice. We will discuss that in the later part. Sorry. Now let's focus on the relationship. So when you are a child, you have your parents taking care of you, right? So when your parents are taking care of you, you have to understand a couple of things. One, priority in your life. So if you are not setting up priorities in your life, what will happen? You will keep everything in the same priority. Whenever you wake up, you pick up your phone, you can scroll through the social media. Once you start with the one scrolling, then you go to the next. That will pass another 2 hours. You will again doing the scrolling, right? You lost the 2 hours, the precious time when you woke up in the morning. What time you go to bed? It is your discipline, right? If you go to bed so late, what will happen? Your mind works very negatively, and it is going to affect your whole health, the mental health and the physical health. So that is what the strong relationship with you. So if you keep that strong relationship within you, the internal you, then you have to keep the discipline of time, right? So you have to wake up early, so that you have to go to bed early, so that when you keep the momentum of keeping the timing, and then you have to eat well, the healthy food, and timely manner, right? When you are trying to put on a lot of weight, why? Because you are keeping your stress level high, and you are keeping your unhealthy food habits. Then at the end of the day, what will happen? If you are spending your days with the comfort and ease of mind, then you are going to lose the comfort in your future. What do you want? Only one choice for you. Either you live today with the discomfort and to wake up early and to do some routines, and then exercise, and then mentally and physically try to keep balance, and to stay away from the stress. It is a little difficult, but you are keeping that momentum for your future. So if you are putting that discomfort at this moment, accepting that for this period of time, then when you are getting older, then you can keep that momentum, and then you will can keep your healthy life. So that is what the benefit of keeping the time management and the discipline and the healthy relationship. So if you keep that relationship within you and others in a better way, you are going to benefit. So let's come back. So the discipline and the priorities both are going hand in hand. So if your priorities, the first thing about the time management and the discipline, then automatically you are in the right path, right? So when you are a student, what is your priority? Study. So when you will study only on the school days? No, that's wrong. What we learn from the school is only 25% of our learning paths. Then what the other 45% you learn? 25% from your family, 25% from your friends, and 25% from your environment, and you have to put the last 25% from yourself. So you have to put effort to learn yourself, that you are doing over the weekends and on all the holidays. So it doesn't matter whether it is a holiday or the school days, you have to keep the same timing every day, same schedule, so that when you do not need to go to the school, or you do not need to go to the work, then use that time to nourish yourself. So keep that 25% within yourself. So what will happen if you already got a better job, better pay, and you don't spend the time for yourself? What will happen? For a period of time, you are going to the declining curve. So for at the time you are learning yourself, inputting a lot of resilience and the power and the knowledge and exercise within you, then you are keeping the momentum to go and keep your graph upward. The day when you decide, oh, I don't need to grow anymore, I don't need to work anymore, what will happen? It will go to a declining curve. And that is going to be a very stressful moment after a couple of years, maybe a couple of months, maybe a couple of, the times you try that way. Whatever it is going to be a horrible time for your life. So always keep the momentum and keep your graph in an upward direction. That is what you need to do it. Okay, so for that, a relationship will help you. When you make your relationship with others, the friendship, right? The always believe that your friendship should grow for your life. You should keep that friendship until your death, even though you are having different life-changing events. Maybe you are going to a different city for study. Maybe you are going to a different city for, or maybe a country for your family life. Whatever may happen. Maybe for work you are traveling many places. Doesn't matter. Whenever you find somebody new, and you are getting a help from the person, there you are establishing a new relationship. When you are passing through any road and then you fell down, what will happen? Well, your parents will come and pick you up, whether your siblings will come, whether your friends will come and help you. Nobody, right? They don't even know that you've fallen down. And what will happen? Somebody, some bystander, or somebody, some passenger, or maybe some other person, you do not know their country, their culture, their race, you do not know the person. But if they are stretching their hands, what you will do? You will just grab it. Why? You need a support to lift you up. So that's the point. So who is your friend? Who is your parents? They are there. That is a different relationship. So the moment you are getting a help from somebody, that is a new relationship. Keep them in your prayers. They are your friends. So if you are able to maintain the relationship in your life wherever you go, then you will never have a problem to find somebody to help you out. And you will find yourself also in the position, the same position, to help many other people. Why we are here today? Are we going to benefit out of these 3 hours spending with you? No, I'm not gaining any monetary benefit. Even, my whole life I'm getting paid from my work, but I do not get any payment for any other work I do. Okay, so why the money matters, but how much money we need? That is what the biggest question. We can discuss that in a later, session. But the relationship, when I talk about it with you, your creator, and everybody else, the same way you have to keep all your relationship until your death. Right? Maybe certain relationship will end up in between because of many reasons. There are certain things happen outside our control. Certain things happen, but accept it and go forward. The objective should be to continue your life, keeping the momentum and get to the next level of your life. Always feel that way. Okay, it is your responsibility, it is my responsibility, it is our responsibility. So when we are combining here together, we are bringing the energy together and helping each other to grow together, right? Nisha, please go ahead.
No, it's easy to talk about all these topics. So thanks, Doctor. um, if you look into your own personal life, the biggest or the largest distance that you have is between your head and your heart. What you think in your head will not be aligning with what you want in your heart, and what you want in your heart will never go with what you think in your head. And that is a very difficult journey. And that relationship, if you start to build up, you actually acquired many things in your life. What your heart speaks, if your head also speaks that way, right? So whatever doctor has shared with you now, even if you take it in a grain of salt, and if you have to apply it in any spaces and any ways that you want to do it, you can do it. Nobody is stopping you. But first understand, why is the need for you to do that? Like, when you came into this world, you didn't want it, or you never decided to be here in this world. Somebody else had decided, and you came into this world. And when you came in this world, the first person, or and the first voice that you heard started to kind of build you into that space, saying that they are someone to me. They are going to help me do something, right? They became your parents, or like they could be your grandparents, or somebody who is in that space. And slowly you started to talk to them, you started to develop something with them. And as you grew up, you came into school space, then you got your friends in, you got your teachers in. As you grew up in that space, then you got your college, then you got your professors in, and everybody. So everywhere, whether it is going to be, whether you like it or not, somebody was coming always in your life. If you It's like how you get into a train, right? The train is the longest one which we have, so each compartment is different. So you get into the compartment, and every compartment has got so many people who are there. And knowingly or unknowingly, you may build a relationship, or you may talk to somebody, you may start to know who are they. And you start to see what is it they are bringing into your life, and how is your curiosity in knowing them about, right? But in every other stage, like probably in after 5 stations, there's somebody else who's getting off and somebody else boarding in. And till you reach your destination, you will have those people coming in and going, right? And in that coming in and going, you either picked up something for your life, or you dropped off something. Whenever you drop off something, you shouldn't feel burdened about it, you shouldn't feel so much of holding about it, right? You just let go of it. That's how the train also comes by, right? People come and people go out. And if you keep that in your life, like you receive something, you apply in your life, it works, it doesn't work, Go in that space of taking it in that way, because but when you're taking it in that way and you want to build a relationship, in the relationship there is something called as forgiveness, there is something called as compassion, there is something called as letting go. What are you letting go? What are you forgiving yourself for? Or what are you in a compassionate state to bring people in? Because if you don't understand these things, whatever you're creating from outside is not going to happen, because many things from the external factors will pull you down, and you will feel yourself like, oh my god, I'm so introverted, I don't want to speak to people, I want to be in my space only, why is everybody coming into my space? There could be another side of people who are like, I am so sociable, I want people, if I don't have people I feel very lonely, I can't be there. So everything can happen within the same human being. How are you taking it? So you need to allow yourself in a space of, what works well is good for me, and I'm going to respect myself, and I'm going to respect others also who are coming into my space. If I don't respect others and if I try to change them for me, you will never have a beautiful relationship there. You will always be in a space of like, oh my god, I'm adjusting to somebody, I'm accommodating somebody, I am doing this, I'm frustrated, nobody's listening to me, this is what. So every day you're going to talk about this language, and the more you talk in the negative tone, the more you're going to talk into the space of like, it's not happening, nothing is going to happen to you. So you have to understand, what is that alignment that you're looking for? Is it that alignment with spiritually connecting you? Is it that alignment that connects you to yourself? Or is it that alignment that connects you to someone else outside your space? And only these three matters to you more. And when you get into that space of like spiritual alignment, it could be within your creator, creation, your higher spirit, universe, anybody, doesn't matter. But that space, you have to build it. And you're building it in the space of positively speaking to it. And when you speak positively, that's going to reflect back to you. They say it's karma and everything, right? What you do is what you're going to get. And what are you doing? Are you doing things which helps you to be in a positive note? Are you doing things which helps your community to be in a positive space? Are you doing things in your relationship building that builds for a legacy? What are you doing? And everything matters, because when you became a new parent, you wanted to build that relationship with your child, right? So you're speaking to the child every time, you're being with the child, you're giving everything, you want to pour your love out to that person who doesn't even know what it is. And as the child is growing, you want to be there in that space. It's same thing with you. You want to build a relationship with your friend or with a person whom you don't know, a complete stranger, but you want that person in your life. You need to invest that something more beyond what you can. It could be understanding them, it could be understanding their culture, it could be seeing where they are coming from. It could be seeing, how can I be best in their space of accommodating, adjusting, accepting. First, you have to accept yourself and you accept others. And when you are in that space, you appreciate yourself and you appreciate others. And when you are in that, you acknowledge yourself. So if you don't have these three in yourself, start practicing it. The first thing for you is to forgive your past. First thing for you is to forgive people who came in your life hurting you. Let them go. You don't have to hold them, anybody close to you whom you feel like a burden. The more you let go of situations, the more you let go of things, you open up your space. So practically think, what can you do to build a beautiful relationship? Are you living in your past by revisiting everything in the past in the present? If you are, I'm really sorry to say you're not going anywhere. You need to forgive and you need to let go of that. And there are some work exercises, there are some tools that can help you. And if you are completely into it, please let me know. I'm happy to share those resources with you, which you can work in your space. And the more you're going to let go, the more your space opens up to bring new things into your life. And when you bring in new things into your life, it becomes more colorful. What do you really want in your life? Right? So you start to set those boundaries in. You have to be in a space to say no. You don't have to be in a space to say yes to everything. Be in a space to understand why you're saying this yes and why are you saying no. Be bold to say no, but at the same time know what is your boundaries. Let everybody know your boundaries. When you let and share everybody your boundaries, communication becomes better, because in relationship communication is very, very important. How do you communicate with yourself? If you're talking negatively to yourself, you're not doing a good job. If you're talking negatively to your superior, to your workspace, to your children, to your family, to anybody, that's not going to do anything to you. How is your words coming out? What are you seeing in those words? Are those words positively growing? If it is not, change it, because that is what makes you much better. Because it's like a seed that you put in the soil, right? You need to nourish it, you need to put water, you need to put those elements which will bring that seed to grow. And if you constantly keep putting weeds into it, it's not going to grow as a plant which you really want to be, right? So please understand, what are you putting in yourself is what you're going to put outside as well. So if you're going to talk positively, you're going to share positively outside. If you're going to put negative tone into yourself, that's what is going to come in. If you're going to get irritated with yourself, that's what you're building with others. If you're going to get frustrated with yourself, that's what you're building with others. So what are you building with you matters more when you're building with somebody else. And when you create that within your space, it's you who's creating it, not somebody else. So stop blaming anybody. Stop pointing fingers at someone saying, oh, he is the one who's made me like this. No, he is not the one who made you like that. It's you who chose to be like this because of that. So, who are you choosing yourself is very important. If I chose myself to be negative because of all the things that's happened in my life, you can never see me here positively speaking or even sharing things. You can see me in a corner fighting myself, getting irritated, getting frustrated. Oh my God, this is my life and everything. I'll be blaming somebody there. But here, no. I accept people as I am, I accept people who they are, and come into that space of living and giving, because we are all in cohabitation. We are not living in one space. We are living with cohabitation, like with people coming in. They are also in our space. We are also in their space. In that building, what are we building up here? And the more we come into that space, the more we love ourselves, the more we give love to others. You create a positive relationship with everybody in your space. And that's what I want to say. And there are tons of materials and resources available for you to come out of that negative situation, negativity, blaming, and any of those things that you have or you are in, to be completely out of it and create such a beautiful being of who you are for tomorrow. And that's all I want to say. Thank you.
Thank you, Nisha. So we were going through the um, three pillars of our transforming our life. So let's revisit all of them and then go to the next stage of our presentation today. So the one thing what we all need to know is our life is in our hands. So you are responsible for your life. So what we need to do now? Okay, so the first thing we needed to understand, the one thing you need to find out in your life, which is more precious, more important. So today we have gone through three pillars of our life. So the first one, it was our time management. Then we learned about the building the self-discipline. Then we talk about the relationship. Next stage, what is that called? It is the implementation stage. So why implementation is so important? Yes, learning is important, practicing important, creating good habits are important, And keeping the momentum, discipline, everything is important. But what is more important in order to get you to the finishing line is the consistency, the resilience. Developing the resilience is the most toughest part in your life transformation. So, keeping that momentum, keeping that all the pillars are aligned together, you need the implementation phase. You need to go through this. This is what the most critical phase. Everybody is falling down. Why? They will do the first step. Yes, I did it. Yeah, I came here for 3 hours. I spent 3 hours listening to both of us, and I spent time with many of our friends. I have gone through these things for many days. I was following these things. Yes, of course, everything is good. But what is the use of it if you are not able to continue the momentum until you are receiving the final result? No use of it, right? You just spend time, then you forget it, then you just lose it. So implementation is so important. So this is the step we all need some or other way of, association with others, help from others, right? Understanding the pillars is very easy. Focusing on it, that also somehow we can do that. Keeping the momentum is fine. But for implementation, we all need some or other way of support from others, right? Knowledge is useless without action. It's there in the slide. So if you learn everything, but you are not able to put it into action, there is no meaning out of it. You are spending the time. You could watch other movie for this time, or you could spend time with your family or with your friends. You could make use of better this time. But when you are here, there is a purpose for you. You already decided something. You need something. You need help. That's why we are here to support you. So knowledge is one side of it. Other side is the executing it, implementing it, right? So what we can say or what we want to say, start it today. Even if it is small, just one page, right? One reflection, one word answer, just to do that today, now itself. So decide in your mind what is the one simple thing which you cannot skip in your life. You want to achieve it. Maybe it's for something, to getting a better job, to finishing your studies, or to go back to the college, whatever it may be. You make that decision now. There is no better time for it. So it's not that tomorrow you are going to make the decision. Every day you will see another tomorrow, and the tomorrow will go to next day tomorrow, and it will grow further. You will never achieve it. But if you make it today, now is the best time for you to make such kind of decision. So I will encourage you, come to the stage, right? And to do that one action now. It's not that waiting for tomorrow. No, you make that one action now. What is that one action you need to do to make the decision? What do you want to change in your life? See, I want to tell you a few things. Whenever I started changing my life, making these decisions, bringing a lot of, the new things in my life, developing new habits, it was so hard. Why? Nobody is there to help me. Nobody is there to guide me. Nobody is there to share their experiences. I attended many courses, many coaching classes, but nobody is giving me the best thing what I can do. They are telling what they can do. They are talking about somebody else, what how did they achieve it? But I need to figure out what I need to do in my life. That is the hardest part, right? You all will have that kind of difficulty to understand what is best for you, how you can achieve it. If you are not able to figure it out, then you are gone. So what do you need to do now? Pick up one point you need to change, and that make the decision today, and then you start with it. It's just like how did you learn first starting your walking, right? The same way you may fall down, absolutely fine, multiple times. Even after you are 3 years old, 5 years old, 10 years old, you will fall down. When you are trying to run, you may fall down. Even after 50 years of age, you may fall down. After 80 years, you will fall down frequently. So falling down is nothing to take care. What is to be important? How are you going to manage your steps? How are you able to continuously walking and running? and to reach the destination. So it is so important. So implementing whatever you learn is so important, so critical for getting the success in your life. I'm not talking about money. So many people are thinking that making money is the form of success. Why? Because they put more value into money than their life. But I try to invest in my life, invest in your life, invest in other people's life. Why? I believe in transforming the lives of the people. When I am helping somebody to transform their life, I'm trying to help millions of people. Why? This is starting a ripple effect, right? When you put a stone in the calm, pond or lake, what will happen? The moment it touches the water, it creates one layer and then layer expand to the shore. When it is expanding with bigger rounds, right? It is connecting with a lot of people. So when I am helping somebody to change their life, it's just one person, and that is going to connect with their family, their friends, their locality. It is going beyond the countries. So the same thing happening, right? That's what my objective is. When I am trying to help one person, I do not expect anything out of that person. They will get better. But when they connect with somebody else, they share their experiences. Maybe people will come to me more. But I expect the ripple effect will happen in this world, right? We cannot change the world, but we can change ourselves. That is the biggest lesson I learned in my life. I can change myself. I can change my life. I cannot change my life partner. I cannot change my children. I cannot change my parents or friends or siblings. I cannot change anybody else. I can talk to you for hours, but I cannot change you. Why? It is your decision whether you want to change yourself or want to become a new person or not. When you make the decision, I can help you. I can support you. I can give you the assistance you need. I can associate with you for the lifelong, which is giving more value for you. But it's not going to happen very easily. So when I started understanding things differently from my childhood, I was a differently thinking person. So all my friends, they will keep me away because they are not expecting something I speak. Why? Their expectation is not coming from my mouth. I will say something different. That's what I am thinking. But they never accepted me in that way. So I was living lonely, right? When I was lonely, I was thinking very different things, very different topics. That never changed my life. But that was building the foundation from my childhood. I was not able to concentrate on the studies. Everybody was rejecting me. Even my parents, siblings, everybody was thinking I'm not going to make up my life. So nobody was trying to invest in me. If you know something is going to fail, will you invest time in it, or effort, or energy, or resources in it? Nobody is going to do that. That was my life. But over a period of time, I decided this is not my life I am expecting. I want to change myself. So I started very small. Initially, it was so hard because there is no guidance, there is no godfather, there is no resources, there is no friends, there is nobody supporting me. And I did not have enough financial support, so I could not make out anything. But only one thing I realized that whenever there was an opportunity, I was trying to just grab it, to utilize it, in order to make use of it. I want to tell you one another experience. During the COVID, everybody was trying to misuse the time. Because of COVID, nothing to do. Not going out, not doing anything, not associate with people. What did you do? I was also going through the same time, right? So what I did, every day I was treating it as a new day in my life. Every day morning, brush up, go to shower, change my dress with a new dress, new perspective, new life, right? And I was continue my study. I went back to the college and I earned the degree. So by the end of the COVID, I got my PhD. That's what I did during the COVID. Now I am talking to you, right? So that's the power of transformation happened in my life. It's not happened one day. It was not that easy. It was not at all comfortable for me. So when you are deciding to come out of your comfort zone, you do your first step. So when you do the first step, the second step is not that easy. So you have to make the decision, that effort from your side to the second step. I want to share you one more experience. Yesterday, I was attending one of the Christmas party. Okay, so I got the opportunity to present something there. It was nothing what you were expecting. It was just like a music song, but I got the first program. I have to start with the entire program with my program. So it was a Carnatic music. I don't know you will believe it or not. It was my second stage for singing a Carnatic song. So it was not that easy to start with it. Initial couple of years, I did not do anything. I was not sure that I am going to complete, certain courses in it. So I talked to my teacher. I am not able to withstand these difficulties. When we can stop the classes? He did not allow me to stop. So now continuing more than 3 years, so I was able to perform it. It was challenging for me. The moment I got the opportunity, I was grabbing it, right? Every day I was feeling the pressure. Why? How can I make it better? Because the second stage for me, well, let's be good. If I make mistakes, how the people will react? All these thoughts came to my mind. Just before entering into the stage, when they called my name, I was thinking that can I just back off? It's literally happened yesterday for me. I was thinking to back off, but I pushed through that difficulty with my willpower. Then I entered into the stage. I started. Initially, it did not come well, but when I finished it, it was a victory for me. It was not happened that day, yesterday. No, it was for the whole life. I practiced it in a different way. So none of my friends are going to that level, but I want to reach that level. Is my decision, is my objective, is my way of doing something differently in my life. So that's how it happened. So what I want to tell you, whatever you have learned so far today, is not that for just today. It's for a momentum you have to start today for your entire life. If you keep it that way, you will make your life different. It's nothing to do with me or Nisha, whatever we explain. It is just to do with you. Invest time in you. Okay. Whatever you invest in your life, you are going to reap the benefit at a certain time. Okay. You are going to listen to somebody who literally, understood this and invest in their life. So you will learn from them as well. Okay, so now let's hear Nisha something about what her life changed over a period of time. Why did she is doing these things? How did that changes happen in her life? So that will also give you an opportunity to hear a different perspective. Thank you. Hi, Nisha.
Thank you, Doctor. One thing which I always encourage everybody is not to tell many things, but to demonstrate stuff. So, demonstration of whatever you do in your life is the results what you show to people. So, you can start anywhere, it doesn't matter whether it's going to be small or big, doesn't matter at all. If I am here, it's about the practice and discipline what I did before, right? And throughout those years of journey which I had, I'm bringing in all together here to be giving it to you. Now, an best example for everybody is we have all gone through the cycle of finding a job in our life, right? And when we want a job, we have a goal like, yes, I need a job at this particular company or this particular place or this particular time. Now, for that, you need to put your efforts every day, like maybe sending 50 companies resumes every day, maybe creating different templates, maybe putting in different ways, avenues, and everything. So you are stuck to it till you get your job. And after getting a job, what happens is like we lose the momentum what we started with the drive to find the job. And then we slowly get into a space of like, oh, this is not what I thought about. This is not what I want. This is not how it is, and everything. And then the spiraling of something else happens there, or you might get into the job and what happens. What I'm trying to get here is anything you can achieve in life, if you start to put implementations in proper ways, in proper steps, in the way that you can consistently do it, but you need to do it and do it in the space where you learn and grow, not because somebody else is doing or somebody else has asked you to do. So I just want to say that, I have many certifications in HR. I have many certifications in coaching or in personal development and all of those things. I put my heart into it. I really want to be something different. I want to know what's the behavior of people. I want to understand how that behavior will help someone to grow as well as help others to grow. So there are so many things that we can do in the space of learning. Like whatever you like, even if you like to, be a gardener, do it well, do it to the best of the best, so that everybody sees you in that space as the best. So smallest work that you do it to the 100% of what you can give. That achievement makes and crosses you beyond your boundaries. Be uncomfortable to take that and do it. Practice it every day, not because of somebody said, but because of why you want it to be in your life. And as you apply things, things can change, journey can be different, perspectives can be different, but where is your achievement is your destination. But don't just stop with your destination, move beyond your destination. As you grow beyond that destination, that's where you will leave a legacy for everybody to see, because that space is the space where everybody remembers you. Because today we are living, tomorrow I'm dead. After I'm dead, it's like two people will remember me for 2 years or so. Nobody's going to remember anything of me. But if I leave something as a tangible things that I've done for them in their life or in the community, that is remembered for long. So what are you leaving in the legacy with the practice of discipline or with time management or with your own relationship? That matters more. And however you put it, in whichever way you put it, it's you who's going to put it. So please be in that space. Thank you, doctor.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Nisha. So, Alphoncy Saji, welcome.
Hi, good morning. I hope I won't be too long. Hi, everyone. My name is Alphoncy. I will just share my experience, my journey. It's not just a journey of, it's not just a story of pain, but it's a story of healing, growth, and rebuilding myself from the inside out. So, my husband, he was an alcoholic, and he passed away in January of 2024 because of the complications of alcoholism. But he was sober for more than a year before he passed. But his alcoholism and his passing away affected me, affected my emotion, affected my identity, affected my peace. So I was like constantly worrying about, I was trying to fix his alcohol problem. So my journey is like, it's a story of how I build myself with the help of counseling and life coaching. So I was lost, I was constantly worrying about, I was trying to fix his problem. I was emotionally burned out. I fear about the future, what's going to happen. I was not sleeping. I was not resting. I was not, all I was doing was, worrying about him, worrying what is going to happen tomorrow, going work, never thought about of myself, and after years of caring, I just became a caretaker. And also, that's what I was, just a caretaker. And I didn't know of myself without a crisis. That's the, that's how my journey was. And then I realized I have not asked myself in a long time, what do I need? Or what do I enjoy? Or who am I outside of this crisis or the pain? So with the help of, so as I told you, my husband was sober for an year. So my accent from my church got me, introduced it to Saji, and then, and also I'm a part of a support group. And that's where I was introduced to Nisha also, so I was working already on my healing journey, and that's when I was introduced to Nisha. So during this life coaching session and during the counseling, I learned, I actually utilized, I have to confess that I did not put 100% into it. but I'm still trying, and my journey is still on, because healing journey never ends. It's a journey that doesn't have a finishing point. So during my sessions, or life coaching sessions, I talk. I was in the beginning, I was angry, I was grieving, I was blaming. But even when I am grieving, after his passing, I felt a relief. But then I was blaming myself for that relief also, because I'm relieved because he's not here. That's then I'm like, am I doing right? That's what I was thinking of myself. So during the life coaching sessions, I would talk about my pain, everything, even the small details. Sometimes I don't get a chance to talk because we all work, we have a lot of other things to do, so I would write them down. So even writing down helped me. That also, like journaling helped me. Thank you, Nisha, for introducing me to the journaling. You talk about it during that first session itself. So I was journaling. I was crying, and nobody stopped me from crying, because they both said is crying is important because you are letting it out. You need, when I talked, nobody stopped me from talking, because they wanted me to talk it out and let it go. Now it helped me release the guilt, because I was told, you supported him for his, you're not responsible for somebody's behavior. You supported him. Supporting and saving somebody is, what is the difference between supporting and saving? That's a lesson that I learned. Then it helped me to rebuild my identity. I never asked, I asked myself, who am I now? What are my values? What brings peace, bring me peace, and what makes me feel alive? So I was rediscovering myself. I did have a lot of talents, because I had all the opportunity for a lot of activities, even though we were, and my parents were just farmers. They are not even like, they just had like elementary school education. But they supported us so much that they helped us to grow. Any activities we would like to have, sports, dance, music, everything. My dad taught me. He was the one taught me swimming. So that's how I grew up. But when I was having all this pain, I totally forgot about myself. I stopped all my activities. But I was able to rediscover. Now I'm drawing. I'm doing music. And I'm talking now. I was never able to talk like this, because I have so much stage fright. So now I am able to talk. Then let me see what else I learned. So it taught me to pause and think, and then to respond instead of just reacting. So now that helped me to keep me grounded, less overwhelmed, and also more control of my emotions. Now I'm not controlled by emotions, because I have control over my emotions. I don't have to react to everything that I hear. Sometimes it may not be, like someone said, if somebody throws dirt at you, you can either step away or you can catch it. So I choose to step away, so I don't have to, I don't have to receive everything. Then the personal transformation, as I have seen me, I was blaming myself. I was like shrank to myself. I did not even know who I was. But today, I am happy where I am. Now my identity is, I am no longer defined by defined by my trauma or pain or loss. I am defined by resilience, growth, and courage. My husband's life and death are part of my story, but that's not my story. Today, I am learning to know who I am truly, who truly I am. I survive. I'm healing. I'm transforming, and continue to growing. So my purpose is like, I want to put 100% effort into the, what I am doing now. As I told you, I wasn't able to put all wholehearted 100% effort into it. My goal is be joyful and be better get better and better every day. And I always, at the end of the day, ask myself, did I find joy today? And then the second question I ask is, was I able to bring joy to somebody else in my life today? So that's all I want to say. Thank you. Thank you for helping me in my healing journey, and helping me where I am today. Thank you, both of you.
It is an immense pleasure that being participating or being part of your transformation, and then you are sharing that with many people, right? You are now an inspiration for many people. Absolutely. You made it well, right? You begin with the first step, and then you put your effort for the second step, and then keeping the momentum, and now you are here, and you are participating all our program. That's what I want to admire you, right? Nobody else is spending the time for themselves. So you are participating all our programs. Whenever I plan for a program, you are the first person to know about it, and then you are on board with it. Now you see the what that makes you the changes in your life. So the transformation happens with a price with it, right? If you want to do easy transformation, that's not going to happen in your life. Always and always there is a price you have to pay for it. If you pay for as early possible, means today, then your future will be better. But if you do not want to pay the price now, in the future, anyway, you are going to pay the price, maybe not in a better way. Maybe it will be something very hard for you. Okay.